Joining me now are Awesome Express. How you doing, guys?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome.
Pretty awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go around this room here. We're gonna get your name, where you're from, and what instrument you play. Let's start with it.
I'm Chris, and I play the bass guitar.
All right.
I'm Charles, and I play guitar and a wee bit of harmonica.
I'm also Charles, and I play keyboard and sing.
I'm William, and I play the drums, and that's all I play.
Okay, so guys, why don't you tell me about the name Awesome Express? Where does the name come from?
Okay, so we're all in this band program called Plugged In, and it's this really cool organization where like different groups of kids get put into bands together. But like they're not permanent bands, they just stay for like a month or two, like to work, and then we have a concert. But the thing is, we have to come up with a name of the thing, and that's always the worst part of every Plugged In experience.
So usually it's creative, and usually we have time to just come up with stuff. But it was the very end of the line, and the last practice we're walking out, and they're just like, hey, you need a name. And I was like, I don't know, you guys deal with it. And whatever they did,
Whoever said it, I don't know.
we
But
don't even know anymore. It's not
For
really
Awesome
important.
Express, we haven't got the chance to change the name.
We're looking to change it.
We're looking for a new name.
I think it's good the way it is.
We like to hear suggestions.
I think you guys are pretty awesome, so I mean, for me it works.
Well, I don't like to be too conceited. but
Well, that's true, that's true. Well, for now, it'll do.
we'll see.
So who inspires you guys as far as
Okay,
other bands go?
let's just go around, starting with Will.
For the drums, I'm totally influenced by like John Bonham. I'm from Led Zeppelin. His triplets are just godly. And I also think that Keith Moon from The Who is truly amazing. Like, his style is so unique, and just the way he plays and the way he just picked up a couple of drumsticks without like even knowing how to play the drums and doing an awesome job was just so cool. And I'm also, as far as bands go, I'm into some progressive rock like Yes. I do enjoy some early Queen and Led Zeppelin and King Crimson. They're all good stuff, I would say.
Well, one of my favorite bands of all time is Styx. I love Styx like a lot because like their vocals are ungodly, or godly, I guess you would say, according to me. And Dennis DeYoung is an amazing keyboardist, and being a keyboardist myself, I look up to him. And I just think Styx's harmonies are just so great, and their songwriting is amazing. Another one of my favorite bands is Pink Floyd. I just love how they construct their albums, and they all revolve around a certain concept, and their music is so unique, and Roger Waters' lyrics are just amazing. And of course, I love the Beatles. They're just so legendary in harmonies and songwriting with the Beatles. It's just amazing.
Okay, and I'm kind of like a classic rock guy. I like the old stuff. I like AC/DC, Zeppelin, Queen. Queen is actually my favorite band. But I just like a lot of like the old kind of gritty, dirt kind of style of rock and roll. Old stuff.
As far as bassists go, one of my favorite bassists, I have to say, is John Paul Jones. I mean, there's not much to say about it that hasn't already been said. Unique style, talent, and all that stuff. You know, I'm also influenced by bassists such as Les Claypool from Primus and David Ellefson of Megadeth. You know, but as far as bands go, I'd have to say Led Zeppelin is probably my favorite band of all time.
It's a nice variety, guys. Definitely. And it shows, you know, all those influences definitely, you know, gives you a nice edge.
For sure, definitely have some songwriting.
Definitely. That was actually my next question is about the songwriting. What's the process? How's it like?
Well, this man over here writes most of our songs.
Different band. Basically how it works is like I'll work a lot on like songwriting and lyrics, and like I'll just come up with a song and I'll do a demo, and then what we do next practice is like I'll play it in the CD player, like just a short demo of it, and then we'll work it out and try to like make it into a full song, and that's how most of our songs get done, except for one, which I'd have to say is one of my favorite ones, which Charles Winston posted this video of him playing piano, and it was a nasty riff. But so how it worked is basically, it was a great process actually. Like he wrote all the music for it, and then I just like write lyrics for this, and so I wrote the lyrics, and then he wrote the thing, and it came out great.
Well, I'm always the one who asks for an odd time signature, but I'm usually let down.
We'll get around to it. Do some frog
I
stuff.
mean, like,
Will writes amazing masterpieces in his head.
He's like Bach or Beethoven.
He's crazy.
he's great with what he
not
does,
quite.
but it's just, just a little too busy to learn the complexity of his songs at the moment. I mean, you'll definitely be hearing his stuff in the future. Definitely be hearing his stuff.
Thank you.
He's got a sound coming.
I agree, you guys. You definitely got something going on there. It's unique, and also brings me to my next question. What makes you guys so unique and different from other bands that are out there? In your own words.
I think one thing that makes us unique is we've all had a lot of experience in performing. And it's actually how kind of we met as a band together. So we're in this program called Plugged In, and it's basically this charity program where we put, like, it's random kids that get put together in bands. And we've all been doing it for, like, years. So, like,
I've only been doing it a year.
except for Will. Will's been doing, he's still been doing it a while.
It's a different story. I mean, he's been a musician just as long, all the same. But that's not really.
But
That's not the point. The point is, we've all been musicians. We were brought together by a common passion and everything like that, along with Plugged In and all that stuff. And it brought us together as a band, and we realized we had something going here, and we were gonna run with it. So we're chasing the dream, just like all the other bands, but we're different, like all the other bands.
What?
It's a joke. It's a joke. Get it?
Yeah.
I consider ourselves different from all the other bands because a
So
lot
do I.
of teen bands go to each side of the spectrum. Lots of them.
What I found is like there's two sides of the spectrum. Either you go into the like prog metal kind of gritty,
Generic stuff.
Not really
drop
prog.
B,
Very metal and hardcore.
but
Not to discredit them, but it's
I
just
think
generic.
we have a nice blend of like we have a heavy sound, but it's also very light. in a
Pleasing
sense.
to the ears.
It blends. It blends like all different kinds of styles. We dabble with pop music, blues, rock and roll, all that kind of stuff. And I think the other thing that really sets us apart is because we were all like Plugged In for so long. We've all had a chance to be like to see each other play. Like we were all different stars of different bands. Like Charles Winston was a frontman for a lot of different bands, and he was fantastic. And then this guy has been in a lot of bands with me, and he's been an awesome frontman too, as well as a bass player.
It's been a long ride, Calvin, since we started the program. When I first started the program, I saw him play at my first show, and I'm like, this guy is really good. I want to play in a band with this guy. I guess they really took that to heart because ever since we've played in pretty much every band that we've ever participated in. But who's counting?
I will never forget the first time I saw Will play. It was like the song started, and then there was a flash of white light, and then God came down from the clouds and opened up his mighty hand of rock and roll, and it was
John Henry
good.
Bonham descended upon from the heavens and delivered upon to him his drumsticks. And the rest is history.
Well, I wouldn't say we're really innovating anything. We're really perfecting the genre of rock music that a lot of people fail to perfect.
Yeah, I mean,
Well said.
I wouldn't put it that quickly, but I'd agree.
I mean, I guess he's right. I mean, these days with all the things, people have been trying new ideas forever, and it's really hard to be original as far as the sense of rock music goes, because really, what hasn't been done? I mean, you could see that from the pop music, from the hard rock music, the blues, the metal. Like there's been all kinds of different things. So being original is kind of hard, but really, it's not so much of being incredibly original as it is to like make it your own style, to make it your own, and really, that's kind of what the aim is, just to like to bring it into our own style.
I agree completely with you guys, and it's refreshing, in fact, to hear a band that's so unique like you are. Because you're right, you listen to the radio now, I mean, there's a lot of the same kind of style all the time. A lot of it starts to sound the same,
It's noise.
It is. A lot of it is, yeah. And it's nice to hear some vocals. You guys can really sing, you can really play your instruments well. It's great. That's what it's about. It's music. And that's
Yeah.
what I try to bring here with the local music scene.
We're bringing back the good stuff.
There you
Hopefully
go.
we can bring it back into hopefully very soon within the next decade or so. Maybe we can bring back a good decade music.
There you go.
Just destroy the radio and make it ours.
There you
Oh,
go.
we're gonna save the radio.
Yeah.
The spirit of radio. One of my favorite songs by Rush.
Hey, there you go. Nicely done.
It's good stuff.
So guys, tell me about some venues that you've played. Was there like a particular one that's your favorite, or?
Okay, well, let's go around. What was your favorite
Yeah.
venue?
I'd have to say it's a tie between either the Center for Arts in Natick or the Raven in Worcester, because it's not so much the capacity, it's just the feel of the venue, and both of those places just had a tremendous energy in them. It's really something when you just go up and play on the stage, and the atmosphere in the venues is just great, and I definitely look forward to playing there again. So yeah.
I'd say my favorite was probably, I'd actually say Riles Jab Club. Even though it's not like a big stage, the sound and the acoustics are massive. It's literally like playing on a recording
yes,
live.
Riles.
Riles is a great venue.
Hard Rock was pretty fun too.
Hard Rock was
But
pretty
that was
good.
like when we were starting out.
Yeah.
So we were kind of just trying to get the grips on. So I guess we weren't quite ready for that yet, but maybe sometime in the future. But that was definitely a good
Yeah,
one.
Hard Rock was fun.
It was
That
good.
was just a great place to play.
One of my favorite venues that we've played at was the Middle East in Cambridge. That was
a good time.
that was amazing. It was such an intimate setting. Like it was kind of small, and the stage was also small, but it was high up, and there were a lot of people. Or it looked like there were a lot of people in there because of the small thing, and the atmosphere was just so great and everything. It just felt so cool.
Party place.
Yeah.
Hey, there's no better place to find gigs in than Boston.
Yeah, I know.
It's got some of the best places to play at.
So true.
Will, do you have a favorite?
I would say T-Can because we had so much fun. We beat the Jonas Brothers, and we just had a perfect time.
What we did in TCAN was this is actually how we got like our big start as a band. We did this battle of the bands in a place called TCAN in Natick, and we were up against like a lot of bands, and it was like really well-known bands
They were
actually.
good. They were
It
good,
was
too.
scary. They were very good. We practiced for months and months leading up to it, and then we finally played the show, and we ended up making the final four, and it was amazing.
Came together, man. Yeah.
And then not only did but we got 2 winners from our band to go on to win the final prize.
These two right here, Will and Charles.
No better candidates right here, man. This is real talent right here, and these guys, everybody in this band, it's a great thing. I mean, let's not forget our first show outside of the Plugged In program at the
Was the
first
church.
Unitarian.
Yeah,
church.
that
I
was so
forgot about
fun.
that.
The first Unitarian was our first
That
show.
crowd was nuts.
They were a great crowd for a very average band at the time.
Yeah.
Wait, weren't we playing Freebird then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we played
Freebird.
Gotta have the free bird.
Freebird. We also played like Walk This Way and Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
We had a good
There you
set,
go.
We had a good set.
It was all just coming together, but those are the days past.
Let's not forget all the plugged in gigs that we've played at the Village Club.
I just want to take this time to plug in our band, plug our band program, Plugged In. It's this really great organization that puts kids in bands, and you work together for charity. So if anybody out there is into music, plays an instrument, and wants to get involved with the band and helping people, definitely join. So just check it out.
Pluggedinband.org.
To answer your question before you ask it, yes, instruments are provided, equipment is provided, and all that stuff. It's a life-changing thing right here. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that program, And I learned everything I've known about playing any kind of instrument from that program, and
Same. It's all kinds of music. It's not just rock and roll. I actually heard they're starting a country band down there. Then there's a new rapper that actually came into Plugged In,
Andy.
Andy.
yeah, I mean, there's room for all kinds.
So if you're into any kind of music, we actually have some African music too.
Bongo Love.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
good.
And then Melodigo, Funky.
Oh, Melodigo.
It's all
Greg
kinds of
is
music.
the man.
Whatever you're into,
Greg
death
is the man.
metal, funk,
we got
pop.
metal bands too.
We have everything. It's
Soul. God.
soul.
Oh, yeah, we do. Sometimes it's just fun to go up and jam. We've done that.
Great
Great
guys.
thing.
It sounds really good, and I agree. Plugged In is a fantastic organization, and we just recently had the co-founders, Sandra and Tom. They were actually on the
Shout
show
out to
prior
Tom
to
and
you.
Sandra.
I love
Yeah.
Tom.
In fact, they'll be introducing you tonight, so you'll be, or today, whatever. So, great organization, and check them out, pluggedinband.org. And do you guys have a website of your own as well?
If you have a Facebook or something, that's where you're most likely to find all of our information and stuff like that. We also have Sonic bids. If you're on MySpace, try that too.
And also, we're currently actually looking for gigs, so if anybody out there needs a band to play,
Please contact.
Hey, we're down for anything. A gig is a gig, you know. Like it's just the playing's the thing, you know. Anything you want, no matter. There's no gig too small, you know. We played them all.
play anything.
Excellent. Well, thanks guys for coming on the show. Really appreciate having you down here.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you.
It's been
so
great
much. This
having
was
us.
great.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right.
You are a god.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
What a character. What a character.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.